Okay, so Vladdy diving means they wanted it more last night.
No, it
Come
doesn't
on,
mean that, but it's like
better
that
than that.
it's like that visual then to like the post games of like it's July. There's a lot of season left when you're two-thirds of the way through.
But understand the pestering, bantering, leading questions that are being
No,
asked of our guys.
I understand
And you're
that.
not, and I don't want them to just fly off the handle and be emotional. Like, we've been pretty good over the years of like compartmentalizing and dealing with the everyday grind of the regular season and playing in New York and and you start getting emotional and going down that road. It's a bad trait.
I get it. I guess there's just a difference. Like, Weaver had a couple bad outings. The way he talked to the media, it felt honest, and it felt, and he was like,
everyone's different. Stop with the reaction of how a guy answers a freaking question.
It's not, but it's not one guy. It's like,
okay. We got to win. We understand.
Got to win.
Okay.
I remembered my question from earlier.
We are obsessed with it and hell bent preparation wise, and guys give a rip. Okay.
So this is great, but this doesn't come through.
Because everyone handles things different. Some people will give you colorful answers.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that media answer. Some guys throw their helmet. Does that make you feel good? Some guys are calm. Like, stop it. It doesn't mean a guy cares more or less because he dives into home plate. Okay.
Well, yeah.
Okay. It's you got to be angry at something because we didn't win, or so I got to direct my anger at something.
Yeah, I hear you're saying that you guys feel urgency, that you want to win. That doesn't come across. The messaging has been, there's a lot of season left. We just got to keep going, and we're fine. No, I don't regret that play. I wouldn't have done things any differently. It's like, well, that the messaging feels different than what you just delivered. That's all.
You don't listen to all my answers. Then you pull.
No, I'm not talking about you. I think you've actually been way more in this light this season.
Well, Luke Weaver, you loved his answer.
Yeah, I also love Luke Weaver though.
Okay. Like you're cherry picking the answers you like that are like, that's tugging at my fandom in the right way.
Yes.
Like, sorry, they're not robots.
Well, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah. I want more non-robotic answers.
I don't care what you want.
All right, well, I'm just letting you know.
These are answers of pestering everyday questions. I want our guys in a good, boom, we are locked in. When it's shitty and when it's really good. And all in between. I want us locked. I want us showing up every day, ready to prepare and ready to go. Period.
That's Yankees manager Aaron Boone on Talkin' Yanks, just delivering the goods. Cam, I mean, you played for Booney, so you can lead us off here. I'll let you go. This is all player perspective here because you've got basically player against the show with two fan hosts, and they're going at it.
And you said it, and this is my problem. I have so much respect for Jomboy Media. I do. But the problem is that fandom that comes into play. And I love Booney's answers. And this is why, Sky, I'm the biggest Booney advocate because I play for the man. And this is why the fans can say what they want. They want to fire Boone. They want this or that. The players in the clubhouse love Aaron Boone. I'm telling you, I'll say it again. The players in the clubhouse love Aaron Boone. It's the reason why he keeps getting extended, because he can handle things that not many people can handle in New York, right? He said it. Everybody's differently. But one thing about Aaron Boone is he communicates with his players to the fullest. And what you have to have in New York, especially the Bronx. I told people, the pinstripes, it's different. The expectation is different. You can say what you want. They're not the Yankees of old. They haven't won in so long. It doesn't matter. There's an expectation when you put on those pinstripes, and the mindset that Aaron Boone is trying to convey to the fan is a mindset that we can't dwell in the shit. Excuse my language. Like, we have to have a short mind frame. Even when they win, they go to the podium and they don't gloat, right? Hey, good win. Way to get the job done. Long season. They don't clip that, right? It's the same thing, win or lose with Aaron Boone. Hey, it's unfortunate. We want to play better. But because he's, like you said, you're not smacking water bottles and throwing stuff in the dugout, that's not the Yankee way. I play with guys, or I played for guys like Terry Pendleton, who said guys would have threw shit and been all upset and shown all emotions. Back in the day, guys would have pulled him to the side and say, hey, get your crap together, right? Like, lock in, get over it. So there's a player mentality that I think watching this, it let me know that I need to be careful about going back and forth with fans in the future, because there's just some things that fans will never understand. And again, Jomboy Media has done an excellent job, a great job, right? I think they made the game entertaining. I think they brought more eyes to baseball. But this conversation was a great example of fans still not being able to separate that part of being a professional, right? We've been taught to be professionals, give a professional answer. And that's what, as a Yankee, you do. That's how you carry yourself. You have a short memory. You give a professional answer and you move on. So this is just a great example of fans not truly understanding what players, managers, people in the trenches have to go through.
So believe it or not, I have a little bit to say on this. One, I love how candid Boone was there, because he's like, this is a place where I can do this, and these are the guys that I can have this conversation. And also, big ups to Jimmy on how he handled it and how that back and forth went. As a not super confrontational person, I can't say that I would have been like, okay, sorry, okay, and he didn't. So I do appreciate that a lot. But I thought a lot about this, the relationship between fans. Cam and I both play. He played for both New York teams. I played for the Mets. We have a lot of experience with your relationship with the media, and then therefore the fans. Okay, there is it's up in the Northeast with all these fan bases. I'll include New York. I'll include Philly, Boston, like all these areas. There is a through line, and it's the fans want to know that the players feel the same way as them. Like when they are mad or they are angry or they are like, what's going on, or confused, or they just want some reassurance. And sometimes because it's an emotional place and the emotions are high there for fandom, especially in person, they want that same energy from the people that talk about the game and the people who play the game. And you can only give so much of that as being the clubhouse, as being the coaching staff, the front office, and the players, because it wears on you and makes it harder to do the thing that everyone claims that they want. So the only group here that has to temper that stuff is the players and is the staff, coaching staff. So here's a prime example in New York, and please, Mets fans, stay with me here, because you might get mad at me right away, but it's going to come around. Trust me. There was a perception sometimes of how our commentator crew, that's GKR legends, I want to throw it out there, they're some of the best in the game, would sometimes be overly critical of the players, and we felt it sometimes. But what helped me, especially me, I was a guy who would be like, God, like, we're doing our best here, man. Like, you're making it worse. But in reality, they're not there for us. They're there for the fans. And what they are doing is showing that they feel the same way as the fan base, which is their job. Like, that is the point. So the players giving a little bit of candidness, saying, hey, guys, I don't want to be here talking to you right now. The goal is to never talk to you. And if you can give them a little bit like, I hate this too, and then give your canned answers like, but I'm focusing on this thing. I need to go look at the game and figure out what needs to change, because I don't know right now. Like, that goes enough. That's not enough for everybody sometimes, but that is what you have to give at times. And it's just the way it needs to go. So like, my perception flipped completely, where I'm like, oh, they're amazing. They're doing their job incredibly well. That's why fans love them. It's because they see themselves, their own feelings, in the feelings that are being portrayed to them. A prime example is the last one I'll give before this very long answer. Alec Boehm gets a lip read. We were playing them when we were there, and he said, I bleeping hate this place. When he made an error, he's had a really tough game. This was in 2022, I believe, in Philly. When he went and said, hey guys, like, I was just upset and I said the thing, and I like, obviously that's not how I feel full time. It's just in the moment. And they loved it, because they're like, oh, we also hate this place sometimes. Like, like, watching this sucks. And it was the most surprising reaction, because they're like, oh, what we wanted was for you to acknowledge how we're feeling. And so sometimes that's what fans want, especially in the Bronx. Cam knows. They really want you to be like, they want you to throw a chair like they would throw a chair. And Boone's like, we can't do that all the time. So, and he's right. So it just turns out some guys just never do that. It's easier for them to give canned answers because they're just not good at showing their emotions in front of cameras. It's just not their comfort level. And if your whole team's like that, you're just not going to get a lot of that. So that's what they're dealing with. But at the end of the day, that's what fans want, and that's what the players want.
Time for a quickie break. Todd Father and I are going to tell you about Huel, but it's mostly going to be Todd Father, because I'm going to take a sip.
Well, we're talking about Huel. 27 vitamins and minerals. It's a complete meal. Let's listen. We all have busy schedules. As Scott's sipping it down, it looks delicious. It tastes delicious. When we're on the run, we need something to eat quick. And guess what? Huel is there, all different flavors. Scotty loves them. I love them. And I love how variety packed it is. And we can eat them any time of the day.
That's right. Yeah, check out the website. There's bars. There are so many different flavors. I love the Black Edition. Chocolate, 35 grams of protein. There's strawberry shortcake, coffee caramel, cookies and cream. I can go on. And you get yourself 15% off if you're a new customer using the code FOUL at Huel.com/foul. Please see our description for the terms and conditions. Skip the stress, not the nutrition. Try Huel today for complete nutrition with the code FOUL at Huel.com/foul. From the fan perspective, yeah, I love when we get real answers, when we get spirited answers. But if I'm rooting for one team, guys, I'm not like waiting with bated breath after the game to see how passionate the answer is from a particular player about a particular play. And then that's how I'm going to make my decision on their passion and their care for what's going on.
Exactly.
Also, let's take a step back for the Yankee fans that go after Aaron Boone, Cam. You want passion? He gets ejected more than anybody in baseball. What else do you want, right? The next guy that one day will be the next manager of the Yankees will probably not get booted from games as much as Aaron Boone. I think he is as passionate as it gets. Some of the criticism I'll see is, oh, he's sticking up for the players. He's too positive. Welcome to 2025 Major League Baseball. How many managers do either of you know nowadays that absolutely roast their players in public or in private? I can think of one recently, and he does not have a job, and he did not perform well. Pedro Grifol, okay? He picked a random day to just roast his players when they were facing a hot pitcher and they were a terrible team. And the players were like, you're gone. Am I off here, guys?
Not at all. Not at all. And again, I won't say a name, but I played for a guy who was Coach Klein from the Water Boy. When shit got hot, excuse my language, all of a sudden he started to disappear. I won't say his name. He no longer has a job, because this is my point when I say that. This is what fans don't understand. So you would rather us be pissed off after the game, come back and we still playing like crap? Okay, what does that help? Well, at least they're mad about losing. I don't get it. Like if you're losing, you're losing, right? And I just think that's the point for me, where Boone is the type of guy where the thing that fans don't appreciate, and again, there's no stat for it, is when you wake up in the morning, and Trev knows this, right? And I'm sure Trev has played for a guy. You wake up in the morning, and this is the game that we love to play, the game that we use to provide for our families, the game that we use to put on a show for fans. There are certain guys, at least in my experience, I wake up and not only do I want to get to the ballpark, I can't wait to go play for that guy. Like, yo, that dude's awesome. And then there are dudes who like, I freaking hate this place. I hate this guy. He's not a leader. I don't trust him. The players trust Aaron Boone, and that's what bothers me the most sometimes about Yankees fans. They want some other guy to come in, and let's see if he has that same type of chemistry, that same type of relationships, the same type of reactions that the players have with him now, that the fans for some reason are blinded by, right? Like they don't see it. Like let's so again, I guess it's one of those, the grass isn't always greener on the other side. So let me say that about Aaron Boone, but he's the guy that when you wake up, you're like, hell yeah, I can't wait to go show up and put my spikes on and play hard as hell for that guy, because I know he's going to have my back. I know he's going to be honest. I know he's going to communicate and tell me exactly what he wants from me. And there's no price on that for me. And they just, again, they don't appreciate that. And you see it right here with the most diehard fans in the world. They don't appreciate it.